Now, the Vlakfontein family murder case continues in court today. The investigating officer is set to take the stand. His testimony places both of the accused in the house at the time 7 members of the Khoza family were killed. Now, accused number 1 has told the court he was kidnapped by the second accused and a group of men from Cape Town 3 years ago and forced into a life of crime. He alleges he was forced to kill the Khoza family with a hammer provided by the second accused. ENCA's Linda Khulu is covering the story for us. He joins us now live from the Protea Magistrates Court. Linda, thanks very much for your time. Just take us through some of what really has turned out to be shocking testimony from at least one of these accused. So he is saying that accused number 2 kidnapped him along with another group of people from Cape Town. He was forced into a life of crime. Tell us about some of the other testimony that places him at the scene of the crime at the time of the murders.
Well, all fingers pointing to Fita Cooper, the 61-year-old suspect, as you rightfully put there, Michelle, with the 27-year-old Vusi Mabaso, actually claiming that he was kidnapped, he was forced into a life of crime, and later on forced to kill the Khoza family. And one of the things really that's coming out of this court case is that that conflict of interest that was flagged during the interim or during the beginning of this case was, of course, that conflict of interest between these two statements now from Vusi Mabaso, who basically is claiming that he was forced into a life of crime and that Fita Cooper is the one who instructed him to actually kill, the 7 members of the Vlakfontein family, particularly the 4 members that passed on, we understand, on Saturday and on Sunday. This, he says that he did get direct, he got direct instructions on how to carry this out, what to actually do to this family and all of that. But what is playing out right now, Michelle, and I think is of a pressing concern, is that Vusi Mabaso yesterday, when he appeared and when that cross-examination where the lawyer of Fita Cooper was supposed to cross-examine the investigating officer who was actually testifying, during that, when he was supposed to actually carry on with that, we understand that Vusi Mabaso has now fallen sick. We don't understand exactly what is the problem, but today what's more concerning is that the prosecution has just told me that, in fact, they said he collapsed yesterday twice, and that one of the things they're concerned about is that he's currently with the doctor, and he will be, they will be getting word as to whether he can come to attend this trial or not. But this trial, the continuation of this trial, really hanging on that balance, hanging on the matter of understanding whether Vusi Mabaso will be able to come. One of the things that was flagged earlier on again was the fact that he didn't feel safe being incarcerated at the same place with the 61-year-old Fita Cooper, and that is why they were now detained in different prisons, him in Krugersdorp, and Fita Cooper was in the Johannesburg, known as the Sun City prison. But those are the things that are playing out now. A lot of concern, particularly from the family, saying that they want Vusi Mabaso to be as healthy as possible so that the truth can come out in terms of what actually transpired in that house.
And the other issue, as you correctly point out, is the motive behind these killings. I think that really is what South Africans are looking for as this case continues today. You're saying there are questions around whether it will continue, but what we might see unfolding in court, which we've seen in the past, is the one accused blaming the other. And we do apologize to our viewers for the delay in our questions reaching our reporter.
Well, Michelle, I can tell you that there is a bit of concern in terms of the motive coming out, because what we understand from Vusi Mabaso's affidavit, that was his bid to get bail, is that he was forced into this life of crime, and particularly he was saying that the only thing he had ever been led to know of is the fact that the motive is that one of the family members of the Khoza family who is in prison, and the Khoza family has confirmed that they have someone who is a family member who is in prison, but had done something something wrong to these individuals that Vusi Mabaso claims kidnapped him, and that's the only reason he got. But one of the things that we are, we won't be able to get is a sense of what exactly happened if Vusi Mabaso maintains that the only thing he knows is that fact, and also that he was kidnapped and all of that. But these are just claims before the court right now. And one of the things that the prosecution really said was that the only way we can be able to find out exactly what happened and what was the motive behind this is as if both the suspects before court can actually testify and that they did this, because it seems that the person at this point in time who can give an account of what exactly is the motive behind this, according to the prosecution, is of course Fita Kupe. And one of the things that Fita Kupe has been doing since the beginning of this case was maintaining that he is innocent and that Vusi Mabaso is fabricating lies against him. But one of the things that the investigating officer in the stand being cross-examined is that the fact that he said that a part of the evidence, he said it didn't rely on the confession from Vusi Mabaso, but part of the evidence, part of the people that he is also going to bring to come and testify before court have actually placed Fita Kupe in that house before the 4 of the 7 family members had passed on. So that's the the conflict of interest that is playing out at this point in time. And of course, Vusi Mabaso saying exactly that, pointing the finger at Fita Kupe and saying he is the one who is masterminding or who has masterminded all of these matters. But at this point in time, the concern again arises from the fact that Vusi Mabaso is not well. Yesterday, court was rescheduled for today, but today we understand that also he is with a doctor right now trying to figure out if he is able to come to court. But the family is saying they maintain that they want him as healthy as possible so that at least they can get to the bottom of what exactly was the motive right now of this murders in Vlakfontein.
All right, our reporter Linda Kulu joining us live there from the Protea Magistrates Court. Unclear whether the case will proceed today, but if it does, the investigating officer set to take the stand.